Hello, this is a short video presentation on rationalizing the denominators, part 2. And this should be, God I hope so, a lot shorter than yesterday. Alright, the rule from yesterday, remember, was we could not have a radical in the denominator. Now I have a binomial with a radical. What we do is we multiply by the conjugate. The conjugate, very important word to remember, of a plus the square root of b is a minus the square root of b. The conjugate is exactly the same binomial. One is plus, one is minus. For instance, when we factored x squared minus 9, we had x minus 3, x plus 3. These were just conjugates, all right? Nothing more than conjugates. So we're going to multiply by the conjugate, which is 6 plus 3 square root of 2 over 6 plus 3 square root of 2. And when we do that, the numerator gets distributed. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 2 times 3, 6 square root of 2. And the bottom, dun, 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 dun. We take, just like we did when we were finding equations at the very end of last unit. We take 6 times 6, 6 times 3, 6 times negative 3, and negative 3 times negative 3, radical 2 times radical 2. So 6 times 6, 36. 6 times 3 radical 2, 18 radical 2, minus this, 18 radical 2, and 3 times 3, 9, radical 2 times radical 2 is 2. 9 times 2. Now, a couple of things. In the test that I'm grading right now, a lot of you have messed up this minus. You forget about this being a negative. Okay? Don't forget that. These cancel. They always will. And we end up with 12 plus 6 radical 2 over 36 minus 18, 9 times 2, and 12 plus 6 radical 2 over 18, 36 minus 18. We can divide this, this, and this by 6, so I end up with 2, 1, and 3. My final answer is 2 plus radical 2 over 3. Nothing more than multiplying by the conjugate. And the multiplication itself, we know how to do. Let's look at one more. I'm going to have 5 minus radical 2 over 3, let me pause this. All right, we have 5 minus radical 2 over 3 minus 2 radical 5. Here we have a radical on the top and the bottom. Doesn't matter, we multiply top and bottom by the conjugate of the denominator, 3 plus 2 radical 5. 3 plus 2 radical 5. And when we do that, Now we have to binomial multiplication, top and bottom. 5 times 3, 15. 5 times 2 plus 10 radical 5. 3 times radical 2 minus 3 radical 2. And radical 2 times radical 5, we have minus 2 radical 10. All over 9, 3 times 3, 3 times 2, 6 radical 5, minus 6 radical 5, minus, always going to be a minus here, 2 times 2, 4, radical 5 times radical 5, 5, 4 times 5. The numerator is a mess. No other way to describe it. But none of these are like terms. The numerator stays what it is. 15 plus 10 radical 5 minus 3 radical 2 minus 2 radical 10. The denominator, these cancel again, and I end up with 9 minus 20, or 15 plus 10 radical 5 minus 3 radical 2 minus 2 radical 10 over negative 11. We are not allowed to leave a negative in the denominator, ever. So we multiply top and bottom by negative 1. And all that does is change all our signs. Negative 15 minus 10 radical 5 plus 3 radical 2 plus 2 radical 10 all over 11. And that's it. Looks kind of complicated, it looks kind of ugly, but really the process is quite simple. Multiply by the conjugate. All right, I hope this was a little shorter than last time. Hope you enjoyed it a little bit more. Have a good day, and we'll talk to you later.